Welcome back to the days. Today we will learn about the explosive developments unfolding on Tuesday, August 12th, as Salem's most closely guarded secrets begin to unravel with devastating consequences for the DiMera and Black families. Sophia Choi's web of deception grows more complex. The tangled web of lies surrounding Sophia Choi continues to expand as her desperate attempts to conceal the truth about her baby's whereabouts become increasingly elaborate. With each passing moment, Sophia finds herself forced to construct new fabrications to support her previous deceptions, creating a house of cards that threatens to collapse at any moment. The young mother's anxiety reaches new heights as she struggles to maintain her facade while dealing with mounting pressure from multiple fronts. Leo Stark and Javi Hernandez spend their day forming a deeper connection with Tesoro, their newly discovered companion, while simultaneously grappling with the emotional weight of their birth mother's sacrifice. The two men find themselves in a contemplative mood as they carefully examine the heartfelt letter Sophia had written, though they remain completely unaware of the full scope of the circumstances surrounding their family's complicated history. Their emotional journey takes on added significance as they begin to understand the profound impact of maternal love and the lengths to which a mother will go to protect her children. Meanwhile, Amy Choi reaches out to her daughter with genuine concern, unaware that every question she asks pushes Sophia further into her web of lies. Amy's maternal instincts tell her something isn't quite right, but she cannot yet pinpoint exactly what has her daughter so on edge. The phone conversation between mother and daughter becomes a delicate dance of half-truths and misdirection, with Sophia carefully choosing each word to avoid revealing the devastating secret she's been harboring about her baby's true fate. E.J. DiMera's hypnosis session yields surprising results in a pivotal scene that could change everything. E.J. DiMera meets with the renowned Dr. Marlena Evans for another intensive hypnosis session, desperately hoping to unlock the memories that could exonerate his son Johnny. Despite any personal reservations Marlena might have about E.J.'s past actions, she approaches the session with professional determination, fully committed to helping him access the buried recollections from that fateful night. The hypnosis session takes an unexpected turn when E.J. begins to experience flashes of new memories that provide tantalizing clues about his shooter's identity. These emerging recollections paint a clearer picture of the events leading up to the shooting, though the crucial moment of the actual trigger being pulled remains frustratingly elusive. E.J.'s subconscious mind appears to be protecting him from a truth that might be too painful to fully acknowledge. Dr. Marlena Evans finds herself in an increasingly difficult position as she begins to piece together the puzzle from E.J.'s fragmented memories. Her analytical mind starts forming theories about the shooter's identity, and the implications of what she's discovering weigh heavily on her conscience. The seasoned psychiatrist must navigate the delicate balance between her professional obligations and her fierce protective instincts toward her beloved granddaughter Rachel, who may be more involved in this situation than anyone realizes. Pre-trial tensions and family bonds. Belle Black engages in a heartfelt conversation with Johnny DiMera before the court proceedings resume, offering him much-needed emotional support during this incredibly challenging time. Johnny expresses deep regret about the chaos his father E.J. has created by pushing for a retrial, feeling responsible for the additional stress this has placed on everyone involved. However, Belle, with her characteristic wisdom and compassion, makes it clear that she doesn't hold Johnny accountable for his father's controversial legal strategies. The conversation between Johnny and Belle becomes a therapeutic moment where both individuals can share their grief and concerns about the upcoming trial. They find solace in each other's understanding of the complex family dynamics at play, with Belle drawing on her extensive legal experience to provide reassurance while Johnny grapples with the possibility of facing serious prison time for a crime he adamantly denies committing. Rachel Black's mounting courtroom anxiety. Brady Black and Kristen DiMera unite in their efforts to provide unwavering support for their daughter Rachel as she prepares for her potentially life-altering testimony. Both parents recognize the immense pressure their young daughter is facing, and they work together to create a protective shield around her during this vulnerable time. Their combined parental instincts are in overdrive as they witness Rachel's growing anxiety about the questions she'll be forced to answer under oath. Rachel's internal turmoil reaches new heights as she contemplates the weight of her testimony and its potential consequences for Johnny's future. The young girl is tormented by the possibility that her words could send Johnny to prison, a burden that no child should have to bear. Her parents watch helplessly as their daughter struggles with emotions and responsibilities far beyond her years, knowing that they cannot shield her from the harsh realities of the adult world that has invaded their family's life. The psychological pressure on Rachel becomes almost unbearable as she realizes that her testimony could be the deciding factor in Johnny's fate. Her sleepless nights are filled with anxiety about facing the intimidating courtroom environment, where she'll be questioned by experienced attorneys who will scrutinize every word she speaks. The weight of potentially destroying an innocent man's life while trying to tell the truth creates an impossible emotional burden for the traumatized child. The calm before the storm as Tuesday's events unfold. The stage is set for explosive revelations that will shake the foundations of multiple Salem families. The convergence of Sophia's crumbling lies, EJ's emerging memories, and Rachel's impending testimony creates a perfect storm of drama that promises to deliver shocking twists and unexpected turns. Each character finds themselves at a crucial crossroads where the choices they make will have far-reaching consequences for everyone they love. The intricate web of secrets and lies that has been carefully constructed over months is beginning to show signs of unraveling, with each new revelation threatening to expose truths that certain individuals have desperately tried to keep hidden. The emotional stakes have never been higher as families are forced to confront painful realities and make impossible choices between loyalty and justice. The mounting tension in Salem reaches a fever pitch as multiple storylines converge toward what promises to be a climactic confrontation with the truth. As each character grapples with their own moral dilemmas and emotional challenges, the audience is left wondering who will emerge unscathed from the wreckage and whose lives will be forever changed by the revelations that are about to unfold. The stage is perfectly set for a Tuesday that will be remembered as a turning point in the ongoing saga of Days of Our Lives. A stormy day in Salem. Secrets, tempers, and heartbreak Monday, August 11th, 2025, brought another whirlwind of emotions to Days of Our Lives. Salem's streets may have been quiet, but inside its homes, passions burned, tempers flared, and more than one heart took a bruising. This episode was a masterclass in how one small action, whether a kiss, a drink too many, or a poorly chosen word, can ripple through relationships like waves on a stormy sea. Chad's care and Kat's confusion. The day began in the dimly lit warmth of the living room, where Chad sat watching over Kat, who had been battling a fever. The two had shared a moment earlier, a kiss, but it was one blurred by Kat's illness and exhaustion. As Kat lay curled on the couch, still flushed from fever, Chad gently pulled away from the kiss, knowing it wasn't the right time. She blinked up at him through heavy eyelids, her thoughts hazy, and then promptly drifted back into sleep. Chad's concern was evident. He wasted no time in calling Kayla for advice, who promised to send antibiotics. Then, mindful of not spreading illness to others, he phoned Julie to explain that he wouldn't be coming home that evening. His focus was firmly on Kat's well-being. By morning, Kat's fever had broken. She awoke feeling weak but grateful, though a flush of embarrassment crossed her cheeks as a question formed. Had she really kissed Chad? Or had it been part of a fever dream? Chad, smiling gently, told her it must have been the latter. He didn't want to add to her discomfort or create confusion when her health was the priority. As she rested under the covers, Chad placed a cool, folded towel on her forehead, his touch gentle and steady. The air between them was warm with unspoken care, even if both pretended it was nothing more than friendship. Belle's fury and Marlena's calm wisdom elsewhere in Salem. Belle stormed back into the penthouse, her temper as hot as the summer air outside. She vented to her mother, Marlena, furious over EJ's behavior. She made a point of noting how intoxicated EJ and others had been, making sure everyone understood just how reckless the night had been. Belle also expressed relief that Sammy wasn't there to witness the debacle, although she quickly admitted that Sammy would probably gloat if she could. Marlena, ever the voice of reason, reminded Belle that Sammy understood what it felt like to be betrayed by EJ. Belle's sharp, sarcastic reply, "Have you met your daughter?" was enough to earn a raised eyebrow from Marlena. But underneath Belle's anger was exhaustion. She dreaded the days ahead. Marlena would be conducting a hypnosis session with EJ, while Belle faced a tense day in court with him. After Marlena stepped out for a walk to clear her head, Belle tried to distract herself with work, but her emotions got the better of her. Papers remained untouched on the desk as she grabbed her coat and stormed back out into the city. EJ's pain. Physical and emotional. Meanwhile, at the DeMera mansion, EJ was feeling the sting of the previous night, both in his hand and in his heart. Still smarting from Belle's furious departure, he poured himself a drink and pressed an ice bucket against his hand after an earlier outburst left it sore. In a moment of calm, Gwen stopped by, and they exchanged smooth, measured words. Gwen, as always, had a knack for adding a bit of trouble into the mix, though her tone suggested she was enjoying the tension in the air more than she was easing it. Their conversation was cut short by the arrival of Belle, still fuming. She wasted no time launching into another verbal tirade, reminding EJ exactly how much damage he had caused, not just in court, but in their relationship. Belle's final word, EJ, trying to keep his composure, insisted that everything he had done in court was to protect Johnny. Belle wasn't convinced. She knew EJ too well, his pride, his hatred of losing, even to someone he claimed to love. She delivered a cutting comparison. He was worse than Stefano. At least Stefano never pretended to have a soul. EJ's habit of cloaking ruthless ambition in declarations of love made his betrayal sting even more. EJ, for once, didn't try to fight the accusation with his usual arrogance. Instead, he spoke quietly, telling Belle he loved her with all his heart and truly regretted hurting her. But Belle's expression didn't soften. She told him, in no uncertain terms, that when the trial was over, she never wanted to see or hear from him again. Her words hung in the air long after she left, leaving EJ alone with the echoes of what might have been, and the knowledge that some wounds cannot be healed with apologies. Gwen's quiet satisfaction, and somewhere in the background of all this drama, Gwen watched events unfold with a certain satisfaction. Her updates to Sarah about Xander's drunken antics and his new therapy sessions with Marlena seemed carefully chosen to stir the pot. Gwen had a way of nudging people toward trouble, whether intentionally or simply by speaking truths at the wrong moment. Sarah, meanwhile, was running out of patience with Xander's behavior, calling him out for his drinking and wondering if therapy would truly change him, or if he was doomed to repeat the same mistakes. In Salem, relationships rise and fall like the tides. On this day, kindness and care sat alongside anger and heartbreak. A simple kiss could hold unspoken meaning. A moment of temper could push someone away forever. And through it all, the residents of Salem carried on, each step taking them deeper into a tangle of love, betrayal, and consequence. Tomorrow will bring another chapter. But for today, the wounds are fresh, the hearts are heavy, and the future is uncertain.